everyone, blessings and welcome. In this video, I'm going to be discussing succeeding through hard times. There are a couple of things I want you to remember if you, at this point in time, happen to be going through a season of struggle, of pain and suffering. You're dealing with a very difficult circumstance and you've already made your plans for the year, your goals for the year. You're trying to figure out, okay, I now have this problem I didn't expect, or this problem is here. How am I going to move forward and succeed and get to the next level when I'm dealing with all of these issues? I'm here to encourage you right now to let you know that, number one, God is working on your behalf. He works on our behalf, even when we don't see him working. God is working on in the background. So oftentimes what the Lord does, he will use our pain and suffering. He will use our difficult circumstance as a way, as a platform, as a stepping stone for us to get to the next level. We typically, as people, do not grow when times are easy. We typically grow when we're going through difficulty. We typically grow and level up when we have to, right? When we're forced into the position to do it. So God uses difficult circumstances. He uses our pain and our suffering to grow us up, to mature us spiritually. He uses that to bring us to the next level. And that's what he does. So don't think just because you're going through a tough time right now that God has forgotten about you. He has not forgotten about you. And here's another thing that God does. He always provides an opportunity. This is what I want you to remember. If you're suffering, if you're going through right now, where is the opportunity? God always provides an opportunity for us. There's always a door he has for us. When we can't see that door, that he provides a door that's there. So if you're going through something right now, a tough time, whether it be in your relationships, whether it be in your family, whether it be financially, whether it be at work, whatever it is, difficult person, whatever it is, I want you to remember that God always provides an opportunity during a time of crisis. If you don't believe me, we can go back and look at history. For example, during the Great Plague of London in 1665, Sir Isaac Newton, he wasn't quite a sir yet, he was just a student at the University of Cambridge. Legend has it during that time, during the plague, during the closure of the university, that he sat under an apple tree and came up with the theory of gravity, right? We also see throughout history, once again, the Napoleonic Wars. What came out of that? The ambulance, right? It's important that we have an ambulance now when we get hurt, we get injured. But that actually came out of, these ongoing wars with France. Also, we look at history once again. The long depression of the late 1800s. What came out of that crisis? The light bulb from Thomas Edison, right? Once again, we look at the Great Depression of the 1930s. What came out of that crisis there? The supermarket. Everybody goes to the supermarket, but actually the supermarket came out of that crisis, right? And we look more at, let's say, recent history, what came out of the Great Recession in the US of 1982, a big technology boom with computers, right? So we got all these personal computers, what came out of the Cold War in the 80s, internet and email. These are all great inventions that came out of during a time of crisis. So there is always opportunity in a crisis, always opportunity to solve a problem, a greater problem in a problem that we have. And there's always an opportunity for us to level up, to get to a place that we've never been before. But sometimes we have to go through, and oftentimes, not sometimes, but oftentimes, we have to go through pain, discomfort, and suffering to get there. But just know that God still has your back. God hasn't forgotten about you, and God has an opportunity for you in this crisis. So it's our job, when we are going through a tough time, to pray and ask the Lord, where is the opportunity? God, where is the door? God, where is the out? And he will show you if you pray. But if you are just going to allow yourself to become consumed by the problem, by your worries, by what you're suffering with, by your illness, by your relationship, by your lack, and what you don't see happening, if you allow that to consume you, you will not see the window of opportunity that God has for you. It is always there, and I want you to remember that. if you are going through something right now. That opportunity is actually an opportunity usually for success. That opportunity is usually an opportunity for you to do better. God does not want us to live our lives to fail, and He does not allow hard times to come for us to sink further and to be destroyed. He uses that to elevate us, and He uses that as a way to give us success in life. So there's usually no, success without some form of struggle to get there. So I want you to remember, if you're going through a tough season right now, there's an opportunity for you. But it's your job to pray and ask God. It's your job to look for that opportunity and look for that way of solving your problem, because it's there. There isn't, and I've said this before in other videos, there isn't a problem on earth and a problem with any human being that God can't solve. And I want you to remember that. The second thing, if you are experiencing a hard time right now, I want you to remember is that you have to stay productive. What I don't want you to do, I don't want you to throw yourself a pity party and to wallow in your pity and think about all day and night what's going wrong in your life and about that, and to give power to your problem and give problem to your power to your circumstance. What I want you to do is to stay productive, right? There are going to be many days when you're not going to feel like getting up. There are going to be many days when you want to give up. There's going to be many days when you're not going to feel like being bothered. And what I want you to remember is that it's important that you stay productive, because it's during those time of productivity is that you get the innovation, and that God will give you the vision even in your tough time. And we are productive. When we are productive, what it does is that it moves us forward. See, when we're sitting around thinking about and wallowing in, self-pity and, walking around life saying, woe is me, what happens is we stay stuck. But when we are productive and we push ourselves and continue to move forward, and I'm not saying that we should do away with self-care. If you're going through a hard time right now, you definitely should be taking care of yourself. But I want you to remember that you've got to get up and you've got to do it, and you've got to stay productive, because guess what? As you push through it, you'll get through it, right? But if you sit back and you allow life and things to happen to you, no, you fight back and you push through it and you stay productive. That's one of the most empowering things that you can do for yourself, is to stay productive when you're going through a hard time, because that productivity will lead to your success. And set little goals, right? Little incremental things for you to do. Because that actually, when we're going through a hard time, the tough time, it usually has oftentimes a negative impact on our self-esteem and a sense of self-worth. But as you set little goals and you accomplish them daily, it actually boosts your self-esteem. So it's very important, if you're going through the season, to set little goals, right? And those goals will help you to, get to the goals that you set for the year before the problem came, or even during the problem, right? So you set these little goals. It could be reading, if you said you're going to read more this year, reading a chapter a day, or you said you're going to lose some weight, just getting up instead of zoning out on Netflix and taking a 20-minute walk. Put your sneakers on, take a 20-minute walk, right? So it's important to stay productive. Every goal that you set, if you said you're going to write a book, set a goal for, 5 or 6 pages a week, 12 pages a week. But you've got to set goals for yourself, and you have to stay productive, because that's the thing that's going to take you to success. And that's the thing that's going to take your mind off of your problems and off your hardship. And that's the thing that's going to take you to the next level. And that's the thing that's actually going to open up your mind to see the opportunity that God has for you. And finally, stay connected. Stay connected to the Lord. Do not, oftentimes what people do, they suffer, they blame God, and they stop praying, stop going to church, they stop, reading the word of God, and, they sort of like give up. And it's like, God, where are you? That is the time when you are going through hard times to really connect with God, to really be in God's face. And, and it's okay to question the Lord. What's going on, God? This does not look right. You got to help me out. And even if you're not feeling it, pray anyway, because that is the thing that's going to be your anchor. That is going to be the thing that brings you through. But it's very, very important that you stay connected during these tough times, during these seasons, because that's what's going to take you to the next level. Is what's going to bring you success, and that's actually what's going to bring you through the storm. And as I mentioned before, in life, it's going to be one thing after the other. But we have to be prepared, and we have to be connected, and just know that there's always an opportunity for you. That's all that I have for you in this video. Thank you for joining me. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, please subscribe. I hope that this message has been helpful to you in some way. Share this video, like this video. Take care. God bless, and I will see you in the next one.